First of all, what an incredible regular season for our team. I mean, I know it seems like we've done this for several years in a row, but I promise you it's not an easy accomplishment to do what we did. And, you know, for these kids to go undefeated in Conference USA again and be sitting here 26-4 is just, it's a blessing. We've been through some stuff, and we've just gotten better and better as the year's gone on. And, you know, to go down to Middle on their senior weekend and be able to win two just really speaks to the growth and the toughness of our team. And so now we turn the page and it's on to tournament time. And, you know, we're looking forward to getting down to Liberty and trying to win a conference tournament championship. We've worked all year to put ourselves in a position where, you know, winning that tournament is a bonus, but we're pretty comfortably in the NCAA tournament either way. And that hopefully is something that our team can relax a little bit and just go let it fly down there, knowing that our ultimate goal is in place regardless. I think that's a huge advantage over the other teams in the tournament. You know, I've had people ask me if that's, you know, you think your team it'll be important to them. You know, I'm like, it's tournament time. Like, it's always important to you. But to be able to go down there with your season not on the line, I think is a huge advantage in terms of not panicking and just playing through some things. And so we're looking forward to that opportunity and getting into postseason play.
Coach, you talked about all your Conference USA's changes that made this conference better. Does it mean even more to go undefeated with a new conference?
It does, because, again, Conference USA has never looked like this. There are probably 6 teams that legitimately think they can go down there and win this thing, and with good reason. Like, there's good volleyball teams. I mean, I think we got 4 or 5 teams in the top 100 in the RPI right now. I don't know the last time Conference USA had that, and so it's incredible what's going on in this league in volleyball right now. You know, like I said at the beginning of the year, I think the narrative is that, boy, we took a lot of hits, but this league has never been healthier in the sport of volleyball, and is only going to get better from here because there's really good coaching going on in this league. And so, you know, to stand up to that and not only beat every team in this league, but have to do it on back-to-back days. And you know, most of those top 6 teams that we're talking about, we played on the road. And so just a lot to be proud of, and says a lot about the leadership of our team.
Kind of looking at your path here to the championship, I mean, you start with Jack State, and then on your side of the bracket, you have the winner of UTEP and Liberty. I mean, Liberty is the only team to really push you off to the this set this year, and then on the other side, you got New Mexico State and TSU. So it's kind of, you know, an even matchup this year all the way. You know, if you're all winning this year, with both of them to 3 and New Mexico State up to 2. So it's kind of talking about your path.
Yeah, you know, usually when you get close to tournament time, you start really watching who beats who, because you're interested in how the bracket's going to fall. This year, again, referring to what I was just talking about with the strength of our league, it really didn't matter. Like, it really didn't matter who ended up on your side of the bracket and who ended up on the other side, because there's such quality throughout that I don't know who you would hope is on your side or isn't on your side. And, you know, we're playing a Jacksonville State team in the first round that's in a rebuilding stage. You know, obviously on paper we'll be a pretty big favorite in that one, but it's tournament time. What do people love about tournament time is upsets. And then UTEP and Liberty, I mean, you're either going to play a UTEP team who played us point for point out here on our home court, or you're going to play a Liberty team on their home court who took us to 15-13 in the 5th. And so it gets interesting really quick in this tournament, but it's an odd year. There's no one you're trying to avoid, you know, if you will, until the end. It's just let it play out and understand that every match is going to be a challenge.
Right. Several of those good teams, they are playing to continue their season. They don't have that assurance that they're going to make the NCAA tournament. So while you guys can be a little bit relaxed, is there the danger that you're going up against highly motivated teams?
Yeah, no, I mean, it's, again, that's a question I get a lot, you know, because they're playing for their season, so are they going to be more urgent than us? And no, I believe that the advantage of being able to go into it knowing that you'll be going on to postseason play outweighs, because the advantage of it's do or die is implying that somehow our team wouldn't be fighting with everything that they have, and that's simply not going to be the case. With a championship on the line, a tournament title on the line, and I don't worry about our team coming out and being like, yeah, that's okay. We're set. Like that's not what this program's built on. And when it gets close, what you hope is that that little bit of panic that can set in, knowing your season could be in its finality, is something that would tighten them up more than anything else, if that makes sense. The urgency to play well in tournament time, I don't worry about that with our team. We haven't overlooked anybody all year. We've been ready to play every night. We'll be ready to play there. Could we lose this tournament? Absolutely. There's several teams there that are good enough to win it, but it won't be because we didn't come ready to play. It'll be because we got outplayed that day, and it's been close to happening several times. UTEP played us, point for point here. We went 15-13 with Liberty. We were down, it was 1-1, and we were down 24-20 to Middle this past weekend. Like, there's quality teams in this league, and we found a way, and hopefully we can continue to do that.
For the most part, from years past, it's taking a rise the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
Conference this time. Have you reflected on last year's conference championship loss? Because we in the regular season with you lost in
Mm-hmm.
the tournament championship game. Have you gone back and looked at that and talked to the team like, hey, we beat these teams in the regular season, but
Yeah.
like last year?
Nah, not really. Again, those are the kinds of things you talk about if you're worried about your team not being ready. But look, the reality is we can all sit up here as coaches and talk about how prepared we have our teams and all that, and you have to be really good, and we are. Okay, you have to be really playing well, and we are. Okay, but when you get to tournament time, you got to get a little lucky too. You just do. And last year's a perfect example. We played Rice on senior day and beat them in 5, and then played them again in the conference title game and lost to them in 5. And when you get to those fifth sets, it's anybody's game. And you just hope you can make one more play than they can make. And so, to me, last year was just simply a case of you knew what that was going to look like. And I kind of know that's what it's going to look like going into the conference tournament. Like, at some point, we're going to be in a really close one. It's going to be 24-all. We're going to have to make a play or hopefully get that lucky bounce, because somebody will. Watch any tournament that goes on in basketball, football, it doesn't matter. At some point, if anybody thinks they win a championship without getting a bounce or a break at some point, then they're pretty full of themselves, because your goal come tournament time is to put yourself in a position to win a championship. Okay? If anybody thinks that they can coach their team in a way that guarantees them to win it doesn't work that way. That's not what tournament time is. You're trying to put yourself in a position to win a championship. And our team is in a position to win a championship, and we'll be right there with somebody, and hopefully we'll be ready to make that play when it happens. But we want to give ourselves the biggest margin of error possible. But the reality is it'll come down to it, and that's the gift of what this group has done in the regular season, because it won't deter us from our ultimate goal. These kids are already conference champions. They're already going to be part of the NCAA tournament. Everything we set out to do is in place, and now we get to go down there and just pin our ears back and get after it and see if we can win another trophy.
Last year, of course, the conference tournament was here. You guys go to Lynchburg. What's that atmosphere like? And I know last year you were saying that there was a lot in hosting.
Yeah.
How nice is it now to be traveling?
Yeah, if I can be honest, I actually enjoy when it's on the road. Our fans love it when it's here, and obviously it's great. I don't think home court advantage in the sport of volleyball is so overwhelming that it will win you a game or keep you from winning. I get it if it's a basketball arena that's packed to the rafters and it's deafening, or a football stadium like that. That's truly affecting the outcome of games. Most volleyball arenas are, there's energy in the building, but it's not enough to win or lose you a game. And so, as much as our fans love to have it here, and certainly I don't mind when it's here either, I'd rather it be here than anywhere else, but going on the road and trying to win a conference tournament is not an overwhelming task in the sport of volleyball if your team is about the right things.
I feel like this league has a path for
Well, that's a good question. Can this league get multiple bids? Unfortunately, the only path to multiple bids in this league this year is if Western Kentucky doesn't win the tournament. And so I'm not sure any of the conference office people, will be pulling for the tops this weekend because they obviously would love to see multiple teams in the tournament. And, obviously we want to make sure that doesn't happen. We want to bring another trophy home to Bowling Green. But like I said, there's multiple teams that can win this thing. And what that means to me is there's multiple teams that could do damage in the NCAA tournament. And so, if there's a scenario where there's a second team that gets in, we've got a bunch of teams that are right on the verge. And if there's a scenario where a second team gets in the NCAA tournament, it'll be a team that's dangerous and able to compete with just about anybody.
Years past, you've had, teams with a lot of vets on it. This year, you're having, you have Izzy stepping up this past week. Matt Gabby at the beginning of the middle of the season. Kaylee Hashi came from a school that didn't win much in a tough conference. How do you feel this season has prepared the less experienced players, especially the freshmen, to step up?
Yeah, we've got a good blend because we've got kids that have, Paige Briggs has never not played in the conference tournament championship game, and this is her fifth run at it. And, Callie Bauer's setting a conference tournament championship, and all these kids that have been around here have been through these things. And then those younger players, that's why we played the schedule we played. In those first 3 weeks when we were grinding, we were playing against quality opponents and quality environments, and that's all to lead you to this moment. Izzy Vanderweely would not be where she is right now if we hadn't kind of walked the path that we've walked this season. And so I don't worry about that. I think that's something that I was so excited about last weekend at Middle. That was an incredible environment down there on their senior weekend, and I told our team, I said, these are perfect opportunities for us going into tournament time. Because you're going to play a desperate team that's really, really good, that's trying to win a conference championship and trying to beat you on their home court, and that will battle test us a little bit. And I love the response that our kids had in those situations. All right, guys.